Hello folks, this is Ayatan Ajha from InspiredToRise.com, and today we are going to review and compare the Zoppo Speed 7 as well as the Xiaomi's Mi 4i. Both of these smartphones are great value for money smartphones and offer really decent quality for the price at which they retail. Inside the hood, the Zoppo Speed 7 has a MediaTek MT6735 chipset at an octa-core processor at 1.30 GHz, and the Xiaomi Mi 4i has a Snapdragon 615 at 1.65 GHz, which is also an octa-core processor. And apart from that, the Zoppo Speed 7 has a 5-inch display, Full HD display, and the Xiaomi Mi 4i also has a Full HD display at 5 inches. Apart from all of this, the RAM on both of these smartphones, the RAM on the Zoppo Speed 7 is definitely more 3 GB of RAM, while that on the Mi 4i is just 2 GB. And if we compare the Android version, the Zoppo Speed 7 has a more latest version of Android. And apart from that, both of these smartphones are good enough. But the Mi 4i always had been in the news for being a smartphone prone to heating up. And even right now, the internal temperature of the Mi 4i is more than the Zoppo Speed 7 when I have done nothing heavy or no activity has been performed as of now. Guys, we had switched the Mi 4i's battery profile from balance to performance mode, and right now it is heating up like hell. The Zoppo Speed 7 is also heating up. The benchmarks are going on. The Zoppo Speed 7 has a score in 11 to 12 range, while the Mi 4i has a considerable score in 20-21 range. So when in the performance mode, the phone performs well, but it heats up a lot. So Xiaomi has done some decent algorithm optimizations. So when benchmarking in the performance mode, you get a score of around 39,428. So that is something which is really powerful, but still this is right now the heat is too much, unbearable on the back. Let us just show you the temperature after this. The Zoppo Speed 7 scored around 28,637, which is less than the Mi 4i. But when we would run the benchmark in a balanced mode, this score would be easily in the range of the Zoppo Speed 7. Right now, the temperature on both of these smartphones is high, but that on the Mi 4i is higher, 55 degrees Celsius, in the range of 10 degrees Celsius, while the Zoppo Speed 7 is in the range of 44 degrees Celsius, and it takes a considerably lot of time to cool down. The Xiaomi Mi 4i takes a lot of time to cool down to a decent level. So that's one of the bad things about this phone. Now we are going to test the camera on both of these devices. The camera on both of these devices is 13 megapixels, and even right now you can see that HDR is turned off, and a little bit different image is being shown in both of these smartphones. So what we can say is, right now, let us just capture this image and then compare. So the Zoppo Speed 7 has showed adequate contrast, while the Xiaomi's Mi 4i has shown adequate color. Both of these smartphones are a winner in their respective image capturing abilities. And let us just test few more images that we took. So these are two images taken in extremely low light condition on the Zoppo Speed 7 as well as the Mi 4i. In both of these images, the picture is of a mug. The Mi 4i has shown a little bit more truer to life color, while the Zoppo Speed 7 has overexposed some of the parts. But still, when you would call for a overall greater picture quality, none of those smartphones come closer to what we could see from the eyes. The Zoppo Speed 7 in this case has made out a very good contrast between the different between the tiles and the mug, while the Mi 4i has shown out good dynamic range and shown good colors between both of these, and the color of the tile is more accurate in the Mi 4i picture. So this is an image of the skyline that we took from both of these smartphones. Needless to say, the Mi 4i came out with a better picture. And when in extreme good lighting conditions, the Mi 4i always takes better pictures. This is a selfie that I took from both of these cameras, the 5 megapixel front camera. The colors are more truer to life on the Zoppo Speed 7. It has been oversaturated on the Mi 4i, a little bit more. But I guess it's more of an algorithm thing, and it's also because of what you might prefer in real life. Actually, I don't look like this. I don't look like this. Here I am too much washed out. Here I am too much colored and bright. So the real color is somewhat between these. Here you don't see the actual color, here you see too much color. So actually it's almost like you have to choose whether you want really bright photos like that on the Mi 4i, you want somewhat more dull photos like that on the Zoppo Speed 7. And when it came to really close range focus, the Mi 4i's camera was better. It was able to focus even when in the range of 5 to 6 centimeter of the object, while the Zoppo Speed 7 was able to maintain focus only up to this range. So this was for our camera test. And the colors when taking macro shots, the colors on the Zoppo Speed 7 are a little bit washed out. The rose is a little bit more red, but in this case the colors are oversaturated. So it boils down to matter of preference whether you want somewhat undersaturated images or somewhat oversaturated images. All in all, the Mi 4i pictures do look somewhat better because we have a tendency to look at colors like that. The Zoppo Speed 7 scored around 519 on the single core score and 1004 on the multi-core score, while the Mi 4i scored around 332 on the single core score and 714 on the multi-core score on the Geekbench 3 benchmark. This is because of the fact that right now the Mi 4i is on the balanced mode and not on the performance mode, and we just wanted to show you that most of the cases you would be using your phone in the balanced mode and not in a performance mode, because the performance mode tends to heat up the phone a lot. So when you are using the phone in the balanced mode, it won't be as great performer as the Zoppo Speed 7. So when it comes to raw performance power, the Zoppo Speed 7 would win when the phone is being used in balanced mode, which you would do most of the time. So the raw performance, Zoppo Speed 7 is winner. Camera, Mi 4i is the winner. Now we are going to test the audio quality on both of these smartphones by playing the similar track on both of these smartphones. The speaker on both of these smartphones is on the back. The bass effect on the Zoppo Speed 7 is somewhat better than that on the Mi 4i. The overall volume on the Mi 4i is somewhat higher than that on the Zoppo Speed 7. So what's the final verdict on both of these smartphones? When used in a normal way, the Zoppo Speed 7 is a much better performer than the Mi 4i because of the fact that it has 3 GB of RAM and almost comparable processor, and the Mi 4i has a somewhat better display quality. When you look at it in bright sunlight or outside, the Mi 4i's display looks really sharp and vivid, while the Zoppo Speed 7 has almost comparable display, but still the Mi 4i's display is somewhat better. And apart from that, when it comes to camera, the Mi 4i is better. When it comes to gaming performance and everything, raw performance, the Zoppo Speed 7 is better. When you are running huge apps and multitasking, the Zoppo Speed 7 was found to be better by us. And when you are just listening to your music, etc., the Mi 4i is somewhat better when it comes to overall volume quality, but the Zoppo Speed 7 has good bass in the speakers. And apart from all of that, when it comes to battery life, the Mi 4i tends to last 1 to 1.5 days on a full charge when you are using it normally, while the Zoppo Speed 7 lasts up to around 1 day. So it's okay enough, not that bad. So guys, it all boils down to your personal preference, whether you want a phone like the Zoppo Speed 7, which is great value for money for its price, or you just want to buy a phone with a great display and camera quality, which is the Mi 4i, and which also has the MIUI 7 on it, which is a little bit different experience than what you would get on the Android provided by, on the variant of Android provided by Zoppo Speed 7. So guys, in case you buy any of these smartphones, don't forget to comment below, and don't forget to hit the like button below, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. It takes a lot of time and effort to make such videos. Guys, stay inspired to rise.